Michigan's new gun laws would not have stopped Anthony McRae from shooting up the campus at Michigan State University. Those new laws would have done nothing to prevent the carnage in Detroit's Greektown last weekend. There were 9, count them 9, maybe 10 shootings in the heart of the city's entertainment district. One was a mass shooting. That's 4. And my buddy was there, put the tourniquet on the man's skull as his life left him and his girlfriend was dying. This is what we get. But there was hardly a mention in the press until Karen mentioned these stupid press conferences. Ironically, last weekend was Orthodox Easter, and not a Greek could be found on the midnight streets, even though that's the location of their grand cathedral. You know how many people showed up for Holy Saturday service? 8.
That's it?
Used to be jammed. It's Greektown.
Ugh.
There's no better indication than that of a city lost. One casualty went to meet his maker Good Friday after throwing a drink in another man's face. And the following evening, a security guard at a liquor store was shot dead after he tried to mediate an argument about somebody cutting in line, and he was shot outside in front of a police officer. 3 bystanders were caught in the crossfire, including a teenager. Another man was stabbed in the neck, as I told you. 2 more were shot blocks away on the Riverwalk, which was recently voted best in America.
Hey.
I don't know about you, but you lose a couple of credit points when bodies are dropping on the Riverwalk. None of these shootings were committed with a long arm, which is a rifle or a shotgun. None of these shootings were accidents where children got a hold of their parents' handguns. The perpetrators were adults with prior gun charges. One guy, 2 felony gun charges and a 3rd weapons charge while he was in prison. You see, the curfew ain't working there. One was a recent parolee, the other a suspect in a separate homicide just last month. There are plenty of police in Greektown during the weekends, but they're not proactive. Cops admit that. Business owner told me they were complaining about a dude smoking weed in the doorway of the restaurant, and the cop went, it's a free country. That's what he said. Why make enemies? You can't blame the cop. Why make enemies? Why tell a guy to put out his blunt? Why tell a guy to pour out his drink? Hardly worth the bother. Besides, prosecutors rarely give hard time for weapons violations. Not in Wayne County, not in Ingham County. In those counties, prosecutors and judges routinely wave gun violators through the system, and that guy is usually back out on the street the next day waving at cops with his middle finger. Wash, rinse, repeat. Modern police strategy in the face of this minimalism is more minimalism. Wait for the gunfire, then chase the bad guy. And fuck you, Mayor. Nobody was called and helping the police triangulate. It went on right in front of their face. So stop with that. Stop with your failure. In any case, it's hard to triangulate a homicidal maniac before the fact, and it's harder still to police a population raised with guns, poverty, and violence. But there's a political side to all this, and it's about time that we started naming names. It's said that Mayor Mike is gearing up for a run for governor. But when it comes to violence, his record has been garbage. The homicide rate keeps climbing. The police statistically hide bodies, and we get lies about babies in strollers. Let me quote it. Where is it? Oh, Mike. Oh, Mike. What'd you do with it? I'm doing it. Hold on. Here's what Mike said after we ripped him up, Karen. I was pretty much all of the afternoon and night on Saturday in Greektown. It was an emotional roller coaster. During the day, I had never seen so many families in strollers, and you could tell they were proud of their cities. Well, I was there, and there were no fucking strollers, and there were no babies. And you weren't there either. I put it out on Twitter. If anybody's got a photo of Mike there on Saturday, send it to me, and I'll give you $50. $50 a long way in this town. I didn't get nothing. Show me the picture, Mike. Maybe you're in the casino up there on closed circuit. I don't know. The media needs to grow a set. This is Detroit. We're tough. We can take the bad news because we're also smart. We can fix it. So where's Wayne County Executive Warren Evans, who refuses to fund the prosecutor's office properly? What happened to all that COVID money sent by Uncle Joe? Where's the Attorney General, Dana Nessel? You know, she of the crocodile tears, who used the candlelight vigil at MSU in February as a backdrop for her CNN appearance. Nessel wondered aloud to Wolf Blitzer. Who the fuck watches Wolf Blitzer?
No one.
Why McRae was allowed to thumb his nose at his probation for carrying a concealed weapon on a bicycle that prosecutors claimed, for plea bargaining purposes, was an automobile. It's safe to assume, according to the court documents I reviewed, that it was because McRae kept failing his dope tests. Why has Nessel not opened an investigation into the Ingham County Prosecutor's Office for fabricating a lesser charge in order to push McRae through a shiftless and disintegrating court system? Will anybody be held accountable? Will anybody lose their law license for the unethical practice of encouraging a man to plead guilty to a crime he did not commit? If the high priests of the Uniparty wish to stop gun violence, a zero tolerance policy for illegal carry is a good place to start. It is a necessary place to start because hairspray and talking points only work on TV. Herschel.
I agree.
You know what I hear a lot? Charlie LeDuff newsman, I thought you were dead. I'm not dead. I'm doing the news, the real news, right here, the No BS News Hour. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, Odyssey, or download it wherever you get your podcasts. Power the people.